My good friend from Michigan, Tom Walker from Kalamazoo, Michigan, taught me this forehand. And there are many pluses and minuses. Previously, we looked at the shot. Remember, it's a full, flat shot and then a fast follow through across your body, fanning the ball through your contact. When you swing from the back, you should be able to see your racket. Application number 1. It allows you to do things like this. Now come in as the ball is coming up. Notice how close I am to the ball. You can have a smooth swing. Look where I am. I'm like a foot away from the service line. Okay, the ball's on the rise, and as the ball is coming up on this kick serves come in and they twist about 2 feet off the ground. So if you can catch it before it twists right off the ground with your racket at angle to cover the ball, the green is that angle covering the ball, and you swing through it, you cancel the swing, but you have to attack it. If you don't attack it, you push it, the ball will fly off your frame. You have to have the racket slightly 45 degrees, catch it before it starts to twist left or right, because it'll come up straight off the kick serve here and then break. And then take your smooth swing, but accelerate the follow through. And as you see from this shot, it comes out really effective. I'm so close to the net, the guy has no chance to poach on this. There are 3 elements that contribute to the preparation phase: the turn, shoulder, the hip turn, and the set racket. If you have to get rid of anything, you set the racket. The hips are sort of important, but it's really about the racket being set and turning your shoulder. Those 2 elements really prep the shot. The 4th element would be bending your knees and transferring more weight from the ground up, but that's difficult to do sometimes. Say I make impact and I accelerate the racket through the shot, following through across my shoulder. Okay. Now what I like about this swing is the high, middle, and low swing, you swing the same. You want the racket perpendicular to the ground going all the way through the shot. And then once you get to the end of the swing, you do your follow through. So this ball was kind of high, and I hit the ball about chest high. I swing through flat, and then I follow through across the ball, accelerating the frame across the ball, really going after it. That imparts a spin. Lower balls have a hard time for us to attack, but it still allows us to take a slightly horizontal swing through the shot. You want it to be as flat as possible because that gives you pace, and then you add the spin at the end. Now when you follow through, look at how far my hand is extended through the shot, and then your racket face comes from a butt cap, rotating all the way over and through the shot. Gives you massive spin, and you have to attack it and drive your hand through, keeping the L shape of your wrist. You're not going to flick it over with your wrist. You have to keep the L shape of your wrist, or you're going to hurt yourself, and you'll feel it. When you do it wrong, afterwards your wrist will ache. And if your wrist is aching, you're doing it wrong. You got to focus on making that wrist stay L shape as you swing through a shot. This is very similar to the return of serve we just hit, but it's a little slower. The key is the prep. Right here. You gotta get used to doing this. See how my elbow stays bent and the wrist is already in the L shape with the racket forward and my left arm comes turned? That's what you want to see happening. You want to see the same preparation in all the shots. And the ball's gonna come a little high, and I'm just gonna drive right through the shot. See the first frame, top. You're gonna make a square impact and follow through, extend the hand through the shot, bring the racket motion all the way through. This imparts a spin. You want to stay upright through the whole thing and rotate your body around your head. If there's a spear through your head all the way down to the ground, you can keep that straight while your body rotates around the shot. Gives massive spin, so it's really easy for me to block this down low. Now the other application is this, coming up for shots. Although we lost a point, the key is it allows me to really go after shots and give it a lot of spin. I come in here and I put this in to illustrate a couple things. Look at the follow through, cross my body and down. You have to be really careful about that. Notice the prep. Consistent preparation is one of the biggest keys. I use the left arm to set the shoulder, set the racket high, elbow stays bent, wrist is already in the L shape. I'm moving up to the ball, and I'm going to step into the shot, and I'm going to take the swing and accelerate the frame across the ball, giving massive spin. It didn't come off as tight as I wanted it to. Okay, drop the frame, accelerate over, fishtail, but look at the follow through down. And this is really important because people screw this part up. You know, you make your rotation of the racket goes from 5 o'clock on the clock face all the way over to 7 o'clock on the clock face, going the long way. but you have to keep the wrist L shape. If you flick it, you'll hurt yourself, and you'll feel it too. So if you're doing it and you feel it, you're not keeping your wrist in the L shape throughout the motion. You're not turning it over with the whole arm. If you don't turn over with the whole arm, you're gonna hurt yourself. But look at the spin, massive spin. We should have won the point, we didn't, but we're not talking about volleys. We're talking about forehands here.